Uh, Good morning. My name is Tepiso. Thank you for joining me. There's something that I would want us to unpack. I know it's a few days after the incident, so I would like us to talk about what had occurred between the tweets that Ranaka, is it Instagram stories that Dino Ranaga was posting regarding what Nandi Madida was saying about us black men, that we deserve some grace from our sisters, from our black sisters especially. That we have been put under too much pressure by our sisters, and we deserve some grace and just a break and some love from our black sisters. And then our our other sister, we black sister at that, said, so I'm just gonna read out some of the stories that she posted, and then go back to you know give out my thoughts about this. So I'm assuming this is after Dinelle had watched the El Tito episodes where Tandy was at the podcast. So this is the first one. Dinelle is saying on the post, Nandi, we must have a conversation about this empathy. So Dineo obviously clearly sees a problem uh, when a black woman feels some empathy for their fellow black brothers. You know what I mean? She sees a problem with that. Okay, she continues with, I'm interested to unpack your entire point of view. I want to understand you, my sister. Okay, so far, not so bad, but then you started very bad. I'm struggling not because of my personal experiences, but due to my observations of how black men have been moving at a micro and macro scale. How have we been moving? Okay, let's move on. This is not about how we relate romantically on personal level with men, and how we all know basics. To be a patient, supportive partner, respectful, gentle, tender, hearted, and loving, blah, 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 making poor choices and not having had a good experience with men. None of this is about any of that. So this is not personal. This is structural. What? Okay. Well, let's hear it. Every generation have women. Every generation of women has Nandis in it. Well, that's a good point. This is not a bad thing that every generation of women has Nandis in it. It's not. We need more of them. But this, but it is not the Nandis that shake up change. Then, okay, it's Winnie Mandela's. So what you are trying to say is that you are the Winnie Mandela. What are you fighting exactly? Because you are fighting black men. Winnie Mandela was fighting the struggle of black people. You are fighting black men. In this season of life, may all soft parenting women help us fight from the back. Please, you will, your turn will come to lead with softness. Lead what? Lead what? Because your fight is the wrong fight. Right now, we need the paramedics to aggressively resuscitate our society, aggressively resuscitate us as black men. Because then, okay, let me finish. We need the tough love brigade of women to enter the chat. Okay, I have huge respect for Dineo Ranaka as a media personality, as a radio personality, as a TV personality, and also as a woman. I mean, she's incredible in terms of she's she's intelligent and she has qualifications. She makes up her own bag, right? Um, in some instance, she's a great role model. I mean, even as us as guys, especially if you are in the entertainment space, I don't see why you wouldn't get inspired by such a woman, right? Who is conquering in a man-dominated industry, right? Who is doing all of that. So, but then in that aspect, economic aspect, she's doing pretty well. Cause as black people, that's what we want, to for us to do well economically. The square is not, it's not squatting. So in that aspect, I think that's where my respect is at that level, right? But that when you start to question a woman who's saying uh, black brothers need some more loving, need some more, patience, and then you start to question and you like, nah, I don't understand that. We need women who are aggressive. So you want to be aggressive against men? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? You want to be aggressive against men? Is that the kind of propaganda you are pushing, the kind of message you are pushing? And then is you the type of women you want more in society? The person that you are in terms of socially and in terms of being a woman, is that the type of women you want in our society? I mean, I can tell you this. I just said, as an artist, there's no way you can't be inspired by such a woman, especially who's doing well in an entertainment space, right? So economically untouchable, right? Well, there's some women who are doing better, who are also in that space, right? But then it's not a competition. But then economically, but then now we're talking about social matters, right? And then we know, my sister, we know, right? And then I saw some comments online saying, yeah, she's got 4 kids from different fathers. Yeah, yeah. But then to be honest, they are telling the truth. How are you saying so? You are fighting men. You want to find men aggressively because you said you want women who are, the society needs women who are on the force aggressively, right? You want to fight men, where else? Your record of men, you've got a whole lot of record of men. So you don't have a much problem with men because you, it's like, I don't want to say, but that you have a whole lot of record with men. You move on, you move on, you move on. Maybe it's the type of person that you are. You move on. Right? But then it's another thing of you don't have a problem with men. You don't. For the mere fact that you can go from man to man easily like that, it means you still have hope within man. You still have. So here's a woman who have stood by her man. I don't know, maybe she's like uh, lucky to have found a man that is what every woman can wish to have. Maybe. But then I'm definitely sure that it's not all bliss throughout their marriage. They're having their own misunderstandings, their own differences, their own fights, their own arguments, all of that. But then when you get into that situation, you want to use your own intellect to fight man. You want to use your own intellect to fight men instead of working together, using that to work together with men. You want to fight that intellect to fight with men. That's why when I'm assuming when you start to get into arguments, right? Because even if a woman is not intelligent, you can't necessarily win an argument with women. So imagine if a woman is also intelligent. So you're using that to your advantage. So and then you reason your way of living all these relationships. Yeah, men. So you are not the problem. Men are trash. Men are trash. Right? You are not the problem. Man. Because it's the same thing as us as human blaming Satan for our actions. But then Satan also gave you a choice. You have a choice to make that, right? And then we also our own devils. So if you get into a relationship with someone and then you deciding to leave doesn't mean that you were right. It doesn't. You just decided to run. And I'm out here talking from the outside, yes, because then people can come and say, but you don't know what happened in the relationship. Come on, man. There's no way in all of your relationship you were wrong. You were right. There is no way. And then there's a recent video of you, bro. What you like? There's a video that is trending right now of you uh, throwing words at. I'm assuming that is your alleged boyfriend, because the way that the things that you're saying in the video and the way you know, and I'm like, is that the way to talk to your boyfriend though? In public, Nahon, in front of his friends. But then let's move on from that because then I don't want to get too deep into that. But then you go out, you attack a fellow sister. As a black woman, what fight are you fighting? What fight are you fighting? This woman is very successful, has her own career and has been successful at it. So economically, you and her, good examples to the society. Nah? I'm not sure if you are good, you are a good example to a society. Socially, you're not. If I have a daughter, I wouldn't say do what Dunel Ranaka is done. No, no. Yes, if a boy is treating you like trash, hey man, don't stay in that relationship. But then I don't think there's anyone out there or there's any father out there that's saying, you know what, these men are all trash. Change them. They are all trash. We all hope and pray that, you know what, I'm hoping that you find the right guy and then you that's the guy that you're gonna be with the rest of your life, right? And I'm assuming that that's what every girl is dreaming of, not to change guys, right? And then I'm only assuming that it's you changing guys was not your initial plan, but then things happen. Things happen, and then sometimes you don't realize that you are the actual problem, right? Because of you being able to articulate yourself within the relationship and reason. And sometimes you find, especially us as guys, you know it's not like we don't know how to talk or we don't talk. Sometimes when you have that type of a woman, it's very unnecessary to say anything. Even it's very unnecessary. You just keep quiet and then let them do whatever they think. I mean, I've seen one of the guys that's your ex and your baby daddy. I mean, that guy, come on, man. Okay, that guy, now he is with a woman for the longest of time they've been together. So you kind of like, yes, there's issues in the relationship, but then why are they together for longest of time? Is it because that woman is a begazela? Well, you're not. You are fight, however. You are fight. But then you're fighting the wrong fight. You are fighting black men. You are fighting black men. You are fighting the wrong fight. And then let's say you succeed into fighting black men. What's your goal in that? What's your goal? Your goal is to do what? To crash out, to kill us, or what? What's your goal? Because then it doesn't make sense. And then in your fight of black men, you're also bashing your own black sisters in that process. And then I'm asking myself, or like, kahle, kahle. And then you come out just to protect yourself so that you get a backing. You like, my sister, no, this is not personal. It is personal. Trust me, it is personal. It is personal because what Nandi said touched you. For you, even this video that I'm making, it touched me. For me to make this video is because it's touched me. So it touched you. So it is personal. Don't come out and say it's not personal. It is personal. You know very well it is personal. You saying it's not personal, that it's like me asking someone, how are you? Obviously, the automatic response is, I'm fine. I'm okay. But then doesn't mean they're okay. So you saying it's not personal doesn't make it not personal because it is personal. So I'm not sure that you are the right, you are what society is looking for. And I'm definitely sure no man is dreaming of having a woman like you. No woman. No man. No man is dreaming of having a woman like you. Nah, I disagree. Like in terms of a woman who has empowered themselves economically, that's a win, bruh. That's a win. If you are a guy and you have a woman like that who have empowered themselves economically, that's a win. But then socially, domestically, nah. And then it all boils down to that because when we come together, let's say we get into a relationship, the economically we are fighting the system, but then socially it's us as people when we are meeting domestically, we're staying in the same house. It's us. There's no system there. There is no system. So there's no way we can be together for a very long time because I can only, beg a Zella for a certain time. I can only beg a Zella for a certain time. But nah, there's no way. And then your fight against black men, and then you also bashing your own sisters in the system, because then now you are demoralizing other women who want to come out and praise men and feel the empathy for men. You're making them scared to come out. It's because of people like you. People like you that society is not progressing. You ask yourself why the black race, is at the bottom of all races. Even in terms of religion, I don't think so. I don't think it's at the bottom. Like there's no, like we have all these concepts, all these what philosophies about black and whatnot. We are the originators, but there's no the unity that we all talk about, the Ubuntu that we all talk about, the spirituality that we all talk. We don't have it. It's all in the. It's all here, and in the heads. But then we don't have it. We don't have it. We don't. That's why black communities struggle against other communities. If you compare against the Jews, against the Indians, against all the other communities, we are at the bottom of the food chain. We are at the bottom. And the funny thing is, I'm only assuming that black people are the majority of these communities, but then there's no Tlangana. And you want to compare yourself to you want to compare yourself to Mama Winnie, who was fighting for black people. When you are fighting black men, she was fighting for black people. Black people. You are fighting black men. There's no comparison, none whatsoever. Don't ever do that. Don't ever. May she rest in peace. Don't ever do that. Do not ever do that. Don't compare yourself to Mama Win. You are fighting the wrong fight. You are fighting the wrong fight. Don't ever compare yourself to Mama Winnie. I respect you as a black woman who's doing well in terms of economy, but then this is not it. This is not it. And I'm not just saying, this is my true reflection of what you are. My true thoughts, even if you can come and say, yeah, the things that I say and what, I don't have facts about it. Bruh, do you have facts about what Nandi was saying? You don't. You don't know from what point she's trying to get from. You've never been in her shoes. And my thing is, you said you want to understand her. So before even having a conversation, you already have said everything. Because then at the beginning, that's why I say this is personal. You started by saying it's not personal. I want to understand you. Why didn't you end there and have a conversation with her and then come back to us and say, yeah, we had a conversation. She said this, but I still disagree. But then because it was not about that. It was about you bashing black women who are like Nandi Madida and also fighting black men. You continued without doing that. So she's supposed to reply like you did, like posting. She's supposed to reply by that. No, you are, I don't know, man. You are destroying what was hopeful for black societies and black communities. You are destroying that. There was hope, and it's people like Nandi Madida who are still hope in black societies, and you are destroying that. And you want more of you, the type of person that you are. You want more of you, which is a distraction to society. And you don't see any problem with that because you are intelligent. What the fuck? We don't care about that. I'm talking about as men. In terms of economy value, we want people like you. People who can think of businesses, obviously. But then in terms of society, socially, we don't need people like you. No. That's why you can't separate business with pleasure. You want to take what you do in the office, you take it home. It's not the same thing. You can't separate the two. That's why I think there's a structure where in a household, a woman is running the house. It's because men already are conditioned uh, to think like business wise. They will make decisions for money, not socially, because a household, we are meant to build a home, a community, right? We need that softness, that touch of a woman, right? That's why she is the leader of the household, and then the man leads outside. That's why all this makes sense. When we come together, makes sense. And when you want to take what happens outside, you want to bring it in the household, which is wrong. And it is, I'm repeating, it is wrong. I'm nothing compared to you, but then I'm not gonna stand on the side and be scared to tell you this because you inspire me as an artist, as an entertainer. Nah. But then when it comes to this, I'm also a human, bruh. I'm also a human, and you are destroying another generation based on the things that you are saying. You are destroying another generation. You are destroying people like Nandi Madida. You are destroying black men. And you don't realize that it's people like you that make certain type of men. It's people like you. It's people like you that make certain type of men. Why do you choose? And I mean, like an intelligent woman like you, why do you choose the men that you choose? If you are that intelligent, well, you are. I'm not in question of that. Why do you choose the men that you choose? I'm asking myself, why do you choose the people that you choose?